Zagreb, come in, please. We have an emergency. We cannot reach Belgrade, and we are 20 miles from the nearest town. We need assistance. We are stranded in the Polinsky Pass, stuck in the snow. We have no assurance that help is on the way, and we have had no acknowledgement from other stations. We need your help. Repeat, Zagreb, we have an emergency. Zagreb, come in. It is open.
No one. I tell you, there is no one on this train who should not be here.
Are you sure?
Entirely.
It is like a magic trick.
It is unbelievable. I told Michel to go on searching and he may find something, but I doubt it.
I do not expect so.
Then where did he go? This man who is dressed like a train conductor.
I do not know. Every time I find a piece of the puzzle, there's a suspect who has an alibi. Kono not. He could have a grudge against Mr. Cossetti from a business dealing. Yet he says that him and McQueen are chatting from 12 to 2 on the observation deck. Aha, I say, what about Miss Olsen? She is strange, surely. But she says that she and Miss Debenham are up in the room chatting from 12 to 2 in the room they share. And so it goes with the princess and Miss Hubbard. Now Miss Debenham is short and I am out of suspects.
Monsieur Poirot, I brought Miss Debenham, as you requested. Now, what do you want from her?
I merely wish her to ask her some questions. Gunnar, you may go.
I beg your pardon?
You are not needed for this.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it, because I'm staying.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it because you are not.
Now listen here, you little Frenchman.
He is Belgian.
I don't care if he's the man on the moon. I'm not leaving her.
It's all right, James. Honestly, I'm sure it won't take long.
She's right, I need a mere 10 minutes.
Well, I don't like it. Do you understand? You can put that in your immersion pipe and smoke it.
That is Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, shut up!
Oh, Miss Debenham, please have a seat. There is great pain.
It's rather sore, that's all.
Let us all be thankful it is not worse. Now, Miss Debenham, in the hotel yesterday I overheard you say you did not want to miss a train. Why is that?
It wasn't that at all. I didn't want to be late.
And then you said that you wish you were out of all this. You wanted to get it over with, get it all behind you. You seemed quite agitated.
I'm afraid you're reading into it. I'm tremendously punctual, that's all.
Pardon, it is my profession. Sometimes I'm too imaginative. And you and the colonel are very close, I take it?
We only met a few days ago. I suppose we'd rather hit it off.
Ah, I see. And are you aware of the identity of the dead man?
I heard.
And have you ever heard of the Armstrong case?
I don't know much of it, I'm afraid. I've never been to the States.
And what is it that brought you to Istanbul?
I lived with the family for about a year. I'm a governess.
And where were you last night between midnight and 2 o'clock?
I was in my room with Miss Olsen. We chatted until quite late. You see, she talks quite a bit, especially when she's anxious.
I see.
I suppose I may have fallen asleep a couple minutes too.
I see.
May I go?
Oh, you may. But first, may I get your signature?
All right. It's a good thing I'm left-handed. I'd have trouble signing with my right at the moment.
Thank you.
Get some rest. And on behalf of the company, I will send champagne straight to your room.
Thank you so much.
And if you need anything else, I'm always here to help. Goodbye! Goodbye! my goodness. Could you imagine if she had died? It is a good thing she is such a lovely young woman.
She is more than lovely. She is a complete liar.
Miss Debenham?
She says that she and the Colonel, when they met a few days ago, yet they are really intimate. And then she says that what she says at the train station means nothing at all.
But she was shot.
In the arm.
That could have killed her.
I wonder.
Ooh la la. You do not suspect her of Cassetti's murder?
Why not?
It is impossible. She is cool, she is methodical. She would not stab a man to death, she would sue him in court.
No, you are wrong, mon ami, if you think this is a sudden and passionate crime. This is a long-headed crime. I would stake my career on it. Look at this.
That is the sleeve of her blouse. So what?
There is palpable at the entry point.
The man was 2 feet away, so what?
Pardon, mistress, but I have finished the search.
And?
Nothing. There is no sign of an intruder anywhere. If you like, I can show you.
No, it is all right. Michel, would you be so kind as to remove your tunic?
Yes.
What's this? You are not missing a button. Moreover, the thread on each button is old, so nothing was sewn on recently.
That is correct, but may I ask?
Miss Hubbard found this button in her room this morning.
I did not know, sir.
I see, but it matches yours exactly.
It does.
Michelle, are there any other attendants on this train at the moment?
Oui, there is one in second class. A ticket taker I have known for many years.
Is he large or small?
Quite large. I'm afraid. Shall I ask him to see you?
No, that is all right. And what other passengers are on this train besides the ones in this coach?
Oh, there is hardly anyone at the moment. It is the off-season. There is a mother and child in the Belgrade carriage, and that is all.
And could there be a second conductor wearing a uniform like yours?
Like mine? No, monsieur. There is no such thing. I had to earn this uniform through many years of service. However...
Oui?
Well, frankly, I'm not sure I trust her word, but Miss Olsen tells me that last night she saw what she calls a second conductor on the train.
Oh, Miss Olsen?
Oui, she told me this morning.
She did not tell us this morning.
She says that he was wearing a uniform like mine, and when she spoke to him, he did not respond. In fact...
What? Tell me quickly!
The princess tells me that she also saw this man last night.
Oh la la! Oh la la! Oh la la!
What is it?
It's exactly the kind of clue I've been looking for! Michelle, please, come with me. Book, stay right where you are, do not move. I will be back in a moment.
But where are you going?
You will see in a moment. Pardon, madame, I will be right back.
I thought you wanted to question me.
I do, just stay right where you are.
Well, that was exciting. As if we needed any more excitement around here. Now listen, I want my passport back. What if there's another shooting on board and I have to make a run for it? Can you imagine me wandering through Yugoslavia without a passport? They'd shoot me on sight and ask questions later. Who are you? Oh, well, I'm Miss Helen Hubbard from the Minneapolis Golf and Racquet. Blah! No more mojo.
You have been extremely patient, madame, and believe me, I am grateful. If there is ever anything I can do to help, I am at your service.
You know, you remind me of one of my husbands.
Which one?
The next one.
No, please put it back. It's my suitcase. You may not take it.
He must have a reason.
Please stop.
Monsieur Poirot, really?
Miss Olsen, you must permit me to take a look inside your suitcase.
But they are my private things. It has my undergarments.
Monsieur Poirot!
We will look at nothing that will embarrass you, I promise. Wait, I have an idea. Princess, would you be so kind as to assist me?
I suppose.
Now, Miss Olsen, Michelle says that you saw a second conductor last night.
Yeah,
And what did he look like?
he was small, like a woman.
That is correct. I saw him as well.
Ah, excellent. It appears that virtually everyone on this train has seen the second conductor except myself and Monsieur Book. So now, the question remains, where could he go? If he was still in uniform, we could spot him quickly, so therefore, he must still be on this train. And he put the uniform inside the luggage of one of your passengers.
But why choose me? There are other suitcases. Try the other ones first.
Princess, would you be so kind as to lift the lid and tell us what you see inside?
It is the uniform.
And there we go. Are we surprised at this?
I have never seen it. I have heard no one ever. I will not do such a thing. I am not a murderer.
You've done nothing wrong.
I did nothing wrong.
Book, would you be so kind as to see if the jacket has all of its buttons in place?
No, there is one missing.
That's what I've been telling you.
Oh la la. There is something more.
No?
Mon Dieu, it is the pesky to the doors on the train.
And that explains how we got into my room last night.
Miss Austin, please just tell me when was the last time you looked inside your suitcase.
It was yesterday, just after we boarded.
So someone could have hidden it in there this morning before you left?
No idea. I have never seen it before.
Monsieur Poirot, I must insist that you stop bullying poor Miss Olsen in such a manner. She is simply not up to it like the rest of us.
You are right. Forgive me. But now please escort Miss Olsen back to her bed. Take Miss Hubbard with you, if you do not mind.
Of course we mind. Every time things get juicy, you throw us out again.
Would you please stop gossip mongering?
Me? You have your mouth open so much I can count your teeth.
What a pleasure to know that you can count, bird
Well,
brain.
if I'm a bird brain, then you're a communist.
I am not a communist, I am in exile.
Your husband's on that who couldn't wait to get rid of you.
And who's the one with all the divorces?
My husbands were unfaithful.
And this surprises you. Ladies, we are all just a little worked up at the moment. If you could escort yourself this way, please.
Thank you.
You seem troubled.
I'm getting more and more concerned.
That another crime will occur?
No. That I will solve this one. Countess, what is your maiden name?
Goldenberg, as you see in the passport.
Yes, but you use Andrelli.
My husband's name.
I see.
I am suspect?
I merely ask questions. It is my job.
I thought we were friends.
It is my greatest wish, but please indulge me. This morning, I looked through your passport and I found a gray spot at the beginning of your name, which could easily hide another letter such as H. Now, if we put H in the beginning of your name, it becomes Helena, which is used in the Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream.
That is true.
An actress, a name an actress might give to her daughter.
I suppose.
An actress such as Linda Arden.
If you say so.
And Linda Arden itself surely is a stage name. Arden being the name of Shakespeare's mother, and used in the play entitled...
As you like it.
You know your Shakespeare well for a Hungarian?
Yes, I have studied Shakespeare since I was a child.
Yes, I know. I believe your mother, Linda Arden, taught it to you. Which would make you the aunt of little Daisy Armstrong. The aunt who moved to Europe and got a degree in medicine. The aunt who got married.
I do not know this woman, but I would imagine she still suffers from the loss of her niece and her sister.
My dear, there is no use in denying it. Once the train gets underway, and we get to the next station, a simple telegram will get me a photo of Daisy's aunt. And it will all be over.
But I didn't kill him! I should have, but I didn't. I didn't even know who he was until you discovered it. But then when I realized that if you knew that I was Daisy's aunt, you'd think that I killed him. Because he was a blackmailer. And a swine. And the murderer of a darling, sweet, innocent child who deserved to live.
Madame, please.
It's the truth. I swear to God. But I'll tell you this. If I had known who he was, that he was Bruno Cassetti, the man who stole 2 of the people that I loved most in this world, I would have pushed that dagger through his chest myself. And believe me, no other wounds would have been necessary.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm calling Zagreb station. Can you hear me, Zagreb? This is Constantine Book of the Orient Express.
We are hearing you, Monsieur Book. You are loud and clear.
We are stuck in the Polinsky Pass. Where are you?
We have been delayed, Monsieur, but should reach you presently. How are conditions?
Well, we are losing heat and light, provisions are low, and there is a dead man rotting in compartment 2. How are things with you?
Well, I'd like to know what the heck's going on here.
He sent me a note to meet him here.
I find this ridiculous.
So, where's that little Frenchman hiding? Is he being mysterious again?
Send me a note to join him here.
I received one also.
I'm sure he's up to something, that little weasel.
Pardon, I've kept you all waiting. I had to see... I'd give my ducks in a row.
Ducks? What ducks?
It's an expression, Greta. You drive me crazy.
Oh,
Please, all of you be seated. I have an announcement to make. I have gathered you here all today to reveal to you the murder of Samuel Ratchet, also known as Bruno Cassetti.
You're kidding.
No!
I don't believe it.
Know who did it?
I believe that I do, but first I must interrogate the last of one of your fellow passengers who has not yet answered any of my questions. Colonel Arbuthnot.
Me?
James,
Do you have a problem with answering my questions, Colonel?
No.
Of course not. Now, in the course of your service to your country, did you know a colonel named Charles Armstrong?
No.
Have you heard of him?
We served in the same theater of action, but we never met.
And do you know about the Daisy Armstrong case?
Of course I do. She was an innocent girl who was killed for some ransom money.
And did you know that Colonel Armstrong was Daisy's father?
No.
Or that he took his own life after the tragedy?
Oh God, I'm sorry to hear it.
Colonel, in the hotel yesterday, I overheard you say to Miss Debenham that you wish she was out of all of this. What did you mean?
I don't remember.
And then you said that she wished she was out of all of this. Until it was all behind her. Until what was behind her?
I can't imagine.
Are you aware that you are obstructing justice, Colonel?
I am aware of no such thing.
And you, Mademoiselle, what did you mean?
I told you already. I wanted to get the trip behind me.
I think you are lying.
Now listen here.
Sit down, Colonel. I'm still talking. Now, in the hotel yesterday, she said that she wanted to get it all over with. Get it all behind her. Get what behind her?
I'm married! Alright? And I'm in the process of getting a divorce. Which I deserve because my wife is seeing another man. But I'll lose my case in court if it is known that I'm seeing a woman socially. Once the case is behind us, we can stop hiding. Which is why I've been trying to keep things private. No thanks to you.
You've been doing a very poor job of it, I'm afraid.
Well, some of us have emotions. I'm sure you sacrifice your own mother if it led you to one of your solutions. And I think you don't know what you are doing.
I know exactly what I'm doing, Colonel. I'm investigating the murder of Bruno Cassetti.
Well, he deserved to die.
Aha! Then you know who he is?
Yes, they told me.
But you did not know before they told you? You were not Colonel Armstrong's friends in the war. You did not fight with him in the Indian Army in the northern frontier. You did not swear fidelity and friendship to this man. And now, you do not give him the respect he deserves for the tragedy he had to endure before he took his own life.
Shut up! Shut up, you little carpet cleaner! What do you know about honor, huh? What do you know about tragedy and loyalty?
You have been telling me lie after lie. Everyone in this room has been telling me lie after lie. But make no mistake, I know who killed Bruno Cassetti, and I know exactly how it was accomplished. The facts of the case could not be more simple. At 5 o'clock last evening, the train went underway with stops in between to Calais. Then, at 10 o'clock last night, we hit a snowdrift which forced the train to stop. Then, at 10 o'clock this morning, Mr. Cassetti was found dead, murdered in his room. These are the facts. C'est tout, c'est fini. Now, with these facts in mind, two possible solutions are permitted. On the first of which, a man boarded the train at Sofia and brought with him a wagonette uniform, in which later time he put on and then entered Mr. Cassetti's room, stabbed the man 8 times in the chest, and then left him in Robert's room.
That's what I've been telling you.
Hear, hear.
Well done, my friend. You have solved the case.
Oh, I would not get too excited. You have not finished yet, have you, Monsieur?
No, I have not. Because two possible events have made the first solution impossible. The first event was the snowdrift, which forced the train to stop. This meant now that our killer had a very big problem. Where could he go? He cannot get off at the next station because there was no next station. So, unless our killer could fly, he must still be on this train. He must be one of you.
said there were 2 unexpected events. We just can't wait to hear the other one.
The second event was his watch that was found in Mr. Cassetti's pocket that was stopped at 1:15. An odd place to keep a pajama pocket. Do you keep your watch in your pajama pockets? Or do you? No! It would be uncomfortable. Which is why I'm led to believe that it was deliberately placed there to make me think that the time of death was 1:15. When every single person on this train had an alibi. When in fact, no one on this train had an alibi at 2 o'clock when Mr. Cassetti was murdered. Now, with this in mind, the second solution took root in all of its terrible ruthlessness. The first event I saw in the hour of my arrival, when I learned that there was no ticket left for the Orient Express.
It is never sold at this time of year. That is ridiculous.
And it was ridiculous. But thanks to a book, I had a berth on the train, and then on the platform I met an astonishing company of actors.
Monsieur Poirot, I look forward to hearing of your wonderful adventures.
Princess Dragomirov, how lovely to see you.
I have agreed to pay her way if she will assist me as I travel to Paris.
I'm a missionary and I work in Africa with little babies.
Swedish, Hungarian, German, Russian. What were all these people doing on the train? Nothing was making sense. It was like looking at a painting by Pablo Picasso. Over there, an eye, on top of her hair, behind the nose. Nothing was normal. Take for the moment in the corridor last night as an example.
Help! Someone quickly help!
Mrs. Hubbard, what is it?
There was a man in my room. He ran off, I'm sure of it.
But which way did he come from?
That way, just this second.
But, madam, that is where I am coming from and I saw no one. How is this possible?
How should I know?
And then came the discovery of the body. A businessman dies in a locked room of unspeakable horror.
Dear God, it's awful!
Do you see his chest? It is horrible.
I can't believe it.
Then I was offered a feast of clues. So, gun, the window, the wine, the match, until one real clue of real importance stood out to me. The broken watch.
It is stopped at 1:15.
That is the time of death.
But of course, as I said, it is not the time that they told that was important, but the place it was found. In Bruno Cassetti's pajama pocket. An odd place to keep a pajama pocket, don't you think? Do you keep a watch in your pajama pockets? Or you? No, it would be uncomfortable. Which is why I was believed it was deliberately placed there to make me think that the time of death was 1:15. When everyone on this train had an alibi. When in fact, no one. He did not die until 2 o'clock when no one on this train had an alibi.
You know, I really don't think we need to be subjected to a performance, especially in front of all the passengers,
Miss Hubbard.
honestly.
Now, I was then found a handkerchief with the letter H on it. Which I now return to its rightful owner, Princess Natalia Dragomirov.
But that is the letter H on it. My name begins with N, monsieur.
I see, but In Russian, in the Gaelic alphabet, the letter N is written like the letter H in English.
I must have dropped it.
And now comes the most puzzling occurrence of the entire case. As some of you recall, I was speaking with Miss Hubbard and the Colonel when there was a scream and a gunshot. But then we saw Miss Debenham, who was shot. It was...
God, it's her.
What's happening?
Mary!
But the moment I saw Miss Debenham, I knew it was a performance, a sham. How could a man merely 2 feet away graze her in the arm? Because she fired the gun herself and then dropped to the floor.
Nonsense!
I'd have to be crazy.
Exactly. Crazy. That or totally committed. There were 4 people on this train who were friends of family of the Armstrongs. Do you not find this incredible?
My father brought the case against that pig!
And her grandmother is my dearest friend.
He deserved to die.
I would imagine she still suffers from the loss of her niece.
And there were 4. Could there be 6? Or 8? Could Miss Debenham not have been young Daisy's countess at the time of the kidnapping?
I lived with the family for about a year. I'm a governess.
And could Miss Olsen not have been young Daisy's nurse in Long Island, New York?
I'm a missionary and I work in Africa with little babies.
And then I remembered the young Suzanne, who was a maid at the time of the tragedy, was from Paris, like Michelle. And then I wondered, could Suzanne not have been Michelle's daughter, the one who took her own life after the tragedy? That leaves one last passenger who has not yet been accounted for. Miss Hubbard, who has certainly turned in the finest performance of the evening. It is clear to see that she is an actor by trade. The great Linda Arden, the grandmother of little Daisy Armstrong.
Come on in here, Alexander's ragtime band.
I salute you. And assume that you masterminded the entire scheme from the beginning.
Is this true?
I always wanted to be a director.
In the end, you planned this together. You killed together. And in the name of justice, you prayed God together.
For that little girl! For my daughter, you pig!
For Charles!
For Daisy!
for my darling Daisy. For my grandchild.
And now, my friends, what am I to do? It will not be long before the Yugoslavian peace arrive, and each time we must tell them the truth.
You mean the truth, of course, about the second conductor?
Anything else would be a complete injustice.
On the contrary, in the law, if you commit a murder, you must pay the price.
But it was Cassetti who murdered that little girl.
And did that give you the right to kill him?
Of course it did. He had murdered 5 innocent people for some ransom money. He had done it before and he had done it again. Now it's time for you to walk away and leave us alone.
No. No, it is not that time, Colonel. It is 1934. Europe is changing. There will be chaos. I cannot support this. I cannot agree to this.
Monster. Monsieur Poirot. You know he was.
But I cannot just...
A humble actress speak her piece.
Please do, my dear.
Monsieur Poirot, we are in your hands and we acknowledge it. But would you really have preferred it if Bruno Cassetti had gotten away scot-free? Would that be the kind of justice you are after? Look at it this way. You have a complete solution staring you in the face. You have the button, you have the uniform, you have 3 reliable witnesses who all saw a man in the corridor. And surely you're not calling all of us liars, because if you did that, there would be months of trials. Lives would be damaged far more than they have been already. A great many people would be forced to relive the most terrible moment in all of their lives. More terrible than any human being should ever have to experience. Is that what you want? Examine your heart and tell us what you want.
I am greatly troubled. You have put me to the test, madam. What's your book? You are the owner of this wagonette? What do you think?
I believe that the first solution that you put forward is entirely correct. There was a deadly intruder dressed in a train uniform, and I believe that is what you should show the police.
Yours, my friends. May you go with God, and pray He gives you the strength you deserve to get on with your lives.
train is moving. Hello there. Thank you so much. James, did you see that?
I told you it would be alright in the end. Poirot, you turned out to be more than
Poirot?
What's your Poirot?
Poirot,
Monsieur, where's he gone?
Monsieur Perrault?
In the end, the passengers went their separate ways. Greta Olsen went to Africa and saved her little babies. She saved many lives, in fact. Mary Debenham and Colonel Arbuthnot got married in a quiet ceremony in St. James Square. And Monsieur McQueen went back to his work, Michel to his trains, and the princess left us for the great beyond. The countess went back to her husband, and the great Linda Arden returned to the stage in a show entitled Non Non Not Yet, which I hear brings audiences to their feet. Book and I have remained good friends. But believe me when I say, I wish all of them well, and I wish they can all get on with their lives. But it is not until late at night when I can close my eyes and fall asleep.